Salam Shukr. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, I got full buttons.
You know, we were gonna.
Well, I've got a committee of 16 people that help us all year round. We meet monthly to plan our meeting. Of course, we start right after this day. Next week, we'll have our first meeting for our 20th year, which will be a big gala dinner, a new coffee table book, and it takes a year to plan all that. So we're starting on it right away. And they're all hard workers, and everybody's just great.
This is an amazing event. Once this year we did it with the help of the City of Huntington Beach, give us the trailer, and put the trailer and close the street with thousands of people to be in the event.
To start our meeting off, an avid surfer himself and a very lover of the industry. Father?
Thank you, Don. Good and gracious God, Lord of the waves, creator of earth, sea, and sky, creator of us too, we ask your blessing on the new members of the Huntington Beach Surf City USA Walk of Fame, whose names will be recorded here on the sidewalk of Main Street and Pacific Coast Highway. Surf pioneers Dick Brewer, Michael Peterson, surfing champion Michael Ho, local hero George Draper, surf culture Sean Collins, God rest him, bless his family, woman of the year Elisa Schwartzstein Cairns, and honor roll Stacy Wood. May what each one of these has contributed to the surfing world always keep us stoked. And may these granite markers be a lasting inspiration to all who love this sport, the only sport whose playing field is in constant motion. Bless them and keep them safe on land and in the water from waves too filthy. And grant them, and us too, the joy of an endless summer and plenty of waves that are righteous and tubular. There's more. Knowing that there is but one big kahuna, we ask these things in your most holy name. Amen.
That was great. It gives me the honor to introduce some of our elected officials here today, and then I'll call up last Mayor Don Hanson to introduce a special guest that we have with us here today. We have council people Joe Carcho, Keith Bohr, Devin Dwyer, for Assemblyman Jim Silva, a good friend of ours, Ronnie Geyer. Yay! Thank you, Ronnie. And then we have Natalie Koch with us this morning, founder of the Surfing Museum here in town. Yay! Don, if you'd come on up and bring your guest with you too, that would be great.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Don Hansen, and in the spirit of full disclosure, I am not the Don Hansen referenced in your program. Although, also in the spirit of full disclosure, I may have pretended to be him at Hurricanes before I was married. What a great event. Who's excited to be here today? I know I am. I'm so glad we kind of elevated this event, both mentally and physically, with this stage today. I'd like to welcome everybody here on behalf of all my colleagues in the City Council to celebrate Surf City, USA, and enshrining these 7 legends into our Surfing Walk of Fame. It's an important milestone, I'm sure, for them, but it's important for our culture and for this entire city to celebrate all that's great about surfing, because it gives so much to this city. And in the middle of our Super Bowl, this is the most fitting week, I think, to designate these individuals. It's truly an international event, and in the spirit of it being an international event, I'd like to welcome Henry Wong from Australia, all the way here. He's the Chief Executive Officer in Manly, Australia, all the way in here to help us celebrate and welcome. So let's have a big Surf City welcome for Henry today. Welcome, Henry.
Thank you, Don. Hello, Huntington Beach. Hello, Surf City, USA. A big warm greeting from your sister city of Manly, Sydney, Australia, Surf City, Australia. And what a wonderful atmosphere you have here. And I would like to just thank you for this invitation to be part of this fantastic ceremony. And also thank you for inviting me to the Holy of Holies of surfing. I was here last year over there in the, when a number of legends were inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I was invited this year to witness the induction of legends into the Walk of Fame. So, well, what else do you ask for? So, a fantastic festival. We also have in Manly, for the first time this year, the Australian Open of Surfing. We're emulated after your model in relation to how you conduct your surfing festival here. And what a fantastic initiative. And we just wish you all the very, very best. And we're looking forward to a much closer sister city relationship with Huntington Beach. And you're all welcome to come and visit us down under.
All right, now it's time for PT to come on up here, a world surfing champion himself, and go on with our program. PT.
Thanks, Don. Whoa, this mic's hot today. Actually, I've been doing this now for 19 years. And it's really great to get up here and recognize some of my heroes, some of my peers, and also some of the new heroes. And there's more across the beach. That's what's fantastic. Hopefully all of us are around long enough to induct some of the people that will be the champions at the Nike US Open of Surfing here in the next few days. The first award here, just so everybody understands, is our honor roll. And this is the only category where the actual board of directors vote. It's to recognize people who have made contribution to the sport that may never be known, because the other 5 categories are voted on by a panel of over 200 esteemed journalists, past inductees from around the world. But we, a long time ago, created this award for people who give service to the sport that may never be recognized. And this one in particular is close to the heart, because I actually stood on the beach with her for 10 years helping out at Dwyer Middle School. And it's my honor actually to bring up Stacey Wood, but I'm going to have her principal today come up, Mr. Morgan Smith. He's going to say a few words. Stacey's been standing on the beach there at Dwyer with the kids for over 20 years. And this year she again coached the kids to 2nd in the nation, and that's why we have the honor roll. So if Morgan could make his way up here on behalf of Dwyer Middle School.
Thank you,
Good morning, esteemed guests, surfers, surfer families. One of the great honors of being a member of this community is that I get to do things like this, and for me, it's a real honor to be part of this community and to be welcomed as such. I have the honor of introducing one of my close colleagues and fellow Dwyerite, Stacy Wood. And Stacy is part of our Dwyer community, part of our Dwyer family. To talk about the honor roll recipient, I want to talk about what it means to be an honor roll student. To be an honor roll student at a middle school means you're designated by your teachers for the hard work, for the dedication, and for the love and passion that you put into each of your classes. And it's an honor that is earned. It's an honor that is sought after by students, and to be part of that class is to know that you've made it. And Stacy, this is your honor roll. Stacy's had an amazing effect on many lives, and this is the youth of the surfing industry, the kids that are coming up. Part of our surf programs, part of our surf club, is welcoming all surfers. It's welcoming the kids that may have never touched a board, that they're out there, that they want to learn. And Stacy and the coaches for our surf club welcome those students, welcome those first timers out there, and get them excited about it, get them excited about the surf industry. And some of them grow up to be some of the future surf legends in this community as well. And it's people like Stacy that have an effect, that have a lasting effect. And Pete's right, it's maybe some of the people that you don't know about behind the scenes, behind the curtain, that have a profound effect. And Stacy, as a wonderful teacher, emulates everything that we want to see in our students. She brings to the board many wonderful qualities. One of those qualities is the quality of character. Stacy is an honest, genuine person who brings a lot of love to teaching, and it's contagious. Her compassion for students, both physical education and in coaching the surf team, is contagious. And that's one of the wonderful things about being her colleague and getting to be her friend. So without further ado, it is my honor as her lowly principal to say congratulations to Stacy for this wonderful achievement and well-deserved and well-earned honor for Honor Roll.
Wow, thank you. When I got the email from PT, I was like, what? I like being on that side. Being on this side of the stage, this is very strange. An honor indeed. A few people I want to thank. I mean, there's just been a slew of, first off, the kids. The kids just keep coming back. I might be tired, I might not want to wake up at 4:30 to get to the beach, but they just keep coming back, so that's what I do. Several years ago, PT walked into the hallways because his kids went to my school. And I thought, no way. PT is in my hallway. I'm being introduced to PT, really? Like, I watched him, you know, when I was young. I was not going to say a kid, but when I was younger. So, with that said, he came aboard, and prior to him, I've got to recognize, and he's here today, is Eric Eckberg. Also, he was one of my coaches, and he did an incredible job with the program. PT came along, all three of us worked together, and then Mark Peters was this last one. His boy just graduated, so they've moved on. And a round of applause for those guys, they're fantastic. Couldn't be done without my family. I've got my loved ones here, right here. My coworkers. You know, it doesn't take just one person to do it. They have to cover for me when I need to be out of class or get things done. Or surfing. Right? So, you know, and our sponsors, this community is unbelievable. I have, just because I get up in the morning and I just kind of provide an area for the kids to go and meet, The community it goes on for days and days about what they do for me and my kids and how they sponsor my kids. So this is such an honor, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Stacy. So that brings us to the 5 categories that the world votes on. The next 2 are kind of a bit tough. It's been a bit of a tough year. So this one's actually more than difficult for me because the next 2 we lost this year. They're both the same age as me, 59. And we lost the next 2 inductees way earlier than we should. The first of those, my good mate Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew and I grew up as the coolie kids in Coolangatta, surfing Kira. And it's really great that Mrs. Peterson just turned 80, flew all the way from Australia to accept the honour on behalf of her son. Michael Peterson, when Rabbit and I were growing up, was no question Australia's greatest surfer. He could beat us in just about any condition. And this was the days before we had ASP, and you just went to the contests and you won $1,000 and you thought you'd won the lottery. But Michael and Rabbit and I grew up in a beautiful place, as you know, Coolangatta, home of the Superbank. And I've known his mother Joan since we were making surfboards under our parents' houses and driving them crazy. We'd take old longboards, peel the glass off, shape them, fiberglass them under Mrs. P's house, and then they went over to my house to get sanded, which drove my mother insane because all the foam dust and stuff would start floating up into the house. And so that was a special time for us. And so it's my great honor to bring Mrs. Peterson up. Joan, if you could begin to make your way up here. We spent a little time together in the last couple of days. Just recently, before Michael left us, I was at home in Australia, and Rabbit and I took Larry Bertleman out to Michael's house, and it was